there's something happening.
Okay.
That's it.
Are you an introvert?
Yes, I've always been an introverted person. I think this is an impossible dream.
No, I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen.
No. Please don't. I'm gonna die.
It's like still not going anywhere.
Right. You would end it there 6 months.
I would give them a dilemma, you know?
I like tequila.
Tequila?
Even if it's like a morning concert, you should still do it.
I'm almost 30.
Oh, so you're like, man.
Hello. You know?
I gotta.
What?
Yeah.
My friends are getting married.
Oh, yeah. You see a nasty comment. What do you do?
I would be like, okay, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Victor Young Show. I'm your host, Victor Young. And today we're actually filming in a new location, a new studio. You have not seen this before. This is the iconic vinyl studio here in Tung Lo in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, today's episode is brought to you by Siam Winery, which is Thailand's leading wine producer. I'm joined today by my good friend and co-host, Richard Armstrong.
Thank you so much for having me.
Our special guest today, guys, is a remarkable artist whose journey from Bangkok to the global music stage is truly inspiring. In 2011, at just 15, she won the first season of K-Pop Star Hunt, showcasing her exceptional talent. In 2015, she debuted as a member of the South Korean girl group CLC, captivating audiences worldwide. 2021, she embarked on a solo career, releasing her debut single, Run, followed by hits like Sharp Objects and Scorpio. She now has a new EP called Heartstorm. She's multilingual, and she also runs a very popular YouTube channel called Produsorn. Guys, please join Richard and me in giving a warm round of applause for the one and only Sorn. Yay!
We finally managed to have her on.
Finally! Finally,
Finally,
she
It's been a while.
came. Finally, the one and only Sorn is here.
How long have we been planning it for?
A long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I think you contacted me like
A long time ago.
last year, like mid last year. Yeah.
So do I have to bend the knee? Do I have to? What do I have to
It's
do?
It's really not.
I
is
gotta
an
go
event
get a
as
Rolls
well,
Royce
yeah.
for her?
You
Will you take a Rolls Royce to come to on the show?
I'm really like.
All kidding aside, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
I think all of your fans out there are going to really enjoy learning a bit more
Yeah.
about you and, of course, your new EP, Heartstorm.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, guys, let's get right to it.
Let's do it.
What have you been up to?
I just released my first ever EP called Heartstorm.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's huge for me. There's 4 songs in the EP, and I've just been going around Southeast Asia for promotions. Was in Singapore, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, and then now in Thailand, and then I was in LA for a little bit, and then I'm back here.
Wow,
Again.
lots of traveling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A
lots
lot of
traveling.
traveling และ
Yeah.
สำหรับทุกคนที่
ค่ะ
เป็นแฟนคลับของสอน
ที่เมืองไทย
ที่
ใช่ไหม
ที่
คะ
เมืองไทยใช่ maybe in Thai
ได้ค่ะ ก็ตอนนี้นะคะสอนปล่อยเพลงใหม่นะคะ แล้วก็เป็น EP แรกที่เคยปล่อยเลยชื่อว่า Heartstorm ก็มี 4 เพลงด้วยกัน แล้วก็ถ้าใครติดตามช่องโซเชียลมีเดียสอนก็จะรู้ว่าสอนเริ่มโปรโมชั่นที่ประเทศไทย แล้วก็ปล่อยเพลงตอนที่มาไทยพอดี แล้วก็โปรโมทไปเรื่อยๆค่ะ ก็ขอให้เพื่อนๆทุกคนไปสตรีมกันด้วยนะคะ
ให้ทุกคนไป support นะครับ
ซัพพอร์ตค่ะ
Guys, we have a lot of questions today. These questions were submitted from all kinds of folks, especially your fans. So I think we'll get right to it.
Yeah,
right?
let's
What
do it.
What do you guys think? Yeah?
excited.
Okay, first question. Drum roll. A pretty easy one. But what was it like balancing your identity as a Thai artist in such a competitive, like Korean dominated industry, right? You're going against all these folks in Korea, you're there by yourself. What was that like?
For me, I think it was like so young, and I was so hungry for like to become like an artist.
Must have been
Fun.
hard, right?
I mean, it was hard throughout the training, and then being in the K-pop industry, as we all know, it's pretty tough. Like they have their ways of doing things. I'm really happy and glad to be a part of, I wouldn't say history, but like there's only a couple of Thai K-pop idols that we know of these days.
Tell us, like who? Like
I
who?
mean, there's Bam Bam, there's Lisa, there's me, Minnie, Ten, P Kun was the first one.
Got it. So you're talking Bam Bam is GOT7.
Yes,
Lisa
Women's Hot 7,
is
Lisa from
Blackpink.
Blackpink, me from CLC, Minnie's from G Idol, Pikun is from 2PM, 10 is from NCT. There's now Natty, and I'm sure there's many more
The
that
Baby
I
Monster.
don't.
Yeah, the Baby Monster.
Baby Monster, yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. But like in my generation, those are my friends.
Yeah.
But the younger ones
Yeah,
these days,
yeah.
I'm getting older now, so I'm pretty sure there's a lot of talented Thai K-pop idols friends who's debuting now and active. But I'm just really happy to be a part of it, even though it's really tough. But I think I've learned a lot. I'm able to be the Soren everyone knows today because of what I've been through.
So they come here, those people from Korea, the record labels, those guys come here to
Yeah.
find Thai talent. Now, why do you think, like, why not just stick to Korea? Why come to Thailand?
So K-pop, because it's such a global industry, of course, each group would have members from Southeast Asia and Asia itself, such as, there's a bunch of Thai peeps, Japanese,
K-pop's
Chinese,
popping right now, right?
So then, of course, because it taps in so many different countries in the world and you're trying to make K-pop into like a global sensational, you need members from each country to be able to connect to each of those home country when the members visits. I think it is a part of the marketing business of K-pop if you
Strategic.
think
It's very
of it that
strategic.
way. I'm just like, Yeah, and I mean, for me too, personally, I feel like if there's a member from your home country in the group,
Yeah.
you're more bound to give support to that member because like you're like, oh, that's like that girl from Thailand, that girl from Japan, like they're more bound to have this emotional connection with the members in the group. And K-pop is now known all around the world. Now we also have Cat's Eye, like people like from America trying to make girl groups and stuff like that. So we're needed. It's wide open. They're not restricting who you are, like what race you are.
Yes.
So it's more open for everybody. That's why they're auditioning kids from all around the world to be part
What
of
was that
the
process
group.
like, though, the audition?
So-
for folks that don't know, how...
So for me, I was in
Yeah.
a part of a competition show called
Okay.
TV and K-pop Star Hunt in 2011.
Yes.
And then I was lucky enough to like win the show. I was really young. I was like wasn't that good. Like I kind of knew
I'm
how
sure
to
you were good.
I
Stand up
knew
there.
how to do this and that. Like I wasn't like the best and everything. But after I won the show, my ex company saw potential in me and then called me and told me that they wanted to move me to South Korea.
How long did it take after finishing the last round to
I told
getting the
them-
call?
So I did the competition for 3 months.
Okay.
We did filming and everything. Went back to Thailand, and then they called me straight away. They're like, "Can you like move like tomorrow?" And I was like,
Wow.
"Oh, let me just talk to my
Let me think
parents."
about it,
Yeah, let me
right?
think. I'm only 15. Calm down, guys. But I was really intrigued with the idea because back then, Pikun was like really big back then, and I was like, "Wow, if I actually debuted, I could be like P Nishakun. Like, there's hope there." But I wasn't like, "Oh, I'm gonna be whatever." But I'm like, "Oh well, it's good training, and I want to take the risk." So then I told them that, "Hey, let me finish grade 9 first." And then I'll move because I was in the middle of finishing grade 9. So I'm like, oh, let me finish grade 9. So it took another 6 months. And then I moved to Korea by myself. My parents just like, okay, go. And
But
then
did
I'm
you
like,
know
okay,
any
bye.
Korean?
No.
So you had to learn it from scratch.
Yeah.
But right now, you know it like you're an expert at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know how to read it. You
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I like language.
You must be a fast learner then, right?
Yeah, my brain works like really weirdly when it comes to language. It's kind of, I have like a picture in my brain of like putting together a sentence
Yes.
in different language when I hear it. But also through working with CLC, we do a lot of international shows. So then I like to do the part of translating for my members. So I had real life training with translating English, Thai, Korean, all that stuff with my members. So then that also naturally became like a thing.
But
for
how long
me.
did it take for you to learn Korean?
Well, it took me only like 3 months to catch everything because I have to lay out the story first because
took me 3 years.
when I was in Korea at Cube Entertainment, I was the first international trainee
Okay.
to be trained under them. So back then they didn't have anybody who could speak English. All the trainings were conducted in Korean. So then me being there, I'm just like, whoa, no one can speak to me in English. And I was kind of bummed for a little bit. I was really sad because I couldn't communicate. I couldn't learn anything from them. And they were testing me every week with like full on 3-minute Korean ballad and all those stuff. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to learn all these things? And then I kind of changed my mindset through one of my trainers. They're like, we took you here to Korea and we're giving you this opportunity for you to become like a K-pop star. So you have to respect our culture. So then I'm like, oh, right, got it. Because I went to international school. So my assumption was that everybody could speak English. But back then in Korea, 2011, was still like not a lot of people spoke English yet. So then I was like, okay, instead of crying about me not being able to communicate, I have to step up my game and be respectful to their culture and try my best to absorb every single knowledge that the teachers are giving me, whether it's like dance class, singing class, rap class, health class, language class, like personality, like all those classes, acting class. I have to absorb it because that's me showing respect to their culture. And also, if I don't perform well, they might kick me out and send me back to Thailand.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
of
So
the
then I was
trainee
living
system.
on like the survival
Yeah.
thing, the whole environment thing. I think it kind of kicked me kind of like, Swan, you gotta like get your things
So you just
together.
you just have to
I just
adapt
had
really
to.
fast.
Yeah. So then I would tell people I'm not talented in language, but the environment kind of forced me to kind of step up my game to survive.
Was there a lot of pressure on you? A lot of stress?
It was kind of like unspoken pressure and stress, I would say. Back then, everyone at Q was so nice. I was so lucky. The first trainee friends I made when I moved to Korea were actually my members.
Okay.
So I met 3 of my members on the day I entered Cube. So that was really helpful because they were taking care of me. We're all the same age.
Wait, but let's understand. A lot of folks don't understand how the trainee system and the who gets to debut and who doesn't, who gets a chopping block.
It's a pretty rigorous process,
yeah, well,
right?
it's like
Week
it's
by
like
week,
American
yeah.
Idol kind of stuff, right? So
normally what happens is there's 2 tests. There's Juma Pyeongka, which is like weekly test, and 월말 Pyeongka, which is like a monthly test. They give you task of like when you watch The Voice or
Yeah.
American Idol, whatever. They give you tasks of like, this week you're singing pop. Next week you're singing Korean ballad. Next week you're doing singing and dancing. Next week you're doing rap. And then there's a big one where you sing and dance, and then they test you on your language skills. Each member learns different language to be able to tap in those markets later on when they become a K-pop idol. So I spoke Mandarin, so I was put in Mandarin group. My other members were speaking Japanese, so they put them in Japanese group. And so then we have tests every single week, every single month, and trainees get cut weekly and monthly.
okay, so how many trainees did it start with?
When I entered Q back then, we had, I think, 30. It was really small.
Okay.
But before I debuted, I trained for 2.5 years. I saw friends coming in and out every week. So I got really used to like
That must have been hard.
saying
though,
hi to people and
yeah.
saying bye to people
Yeah.
at a really young age. And then I realized, at the end of the day, even though we're friends, it's still a competition. So then later on my second year, Cube was telling me that they're making a group. They call it 동생 group. It's like a sister group of 4 Minute. Because after 4 Minute, 5 years later, they wanted to put a group together. So then they're like, okay, now you're not just a trainee. Now you're a group, a project. We had around 8 girls before, and then they started cutting each of us out. So we had different trainings from the trainees. We had more like longer hours. We started training as a group. There's no longer a individual test anymore. You do everything as a group. And then after that, they're like, okay, you guys are ready. So then they put us out, and then we're like, hi world, we're COC.
But at the end,
Literally
so
high world. we are
literally
CLC.
like,
that group of 30 dwindled down to
to around 8, and then to like 7, 6, and then we debuted with 5 girls.
5.
Yeah,
So what is it like then to be a girl that gets
picked,
not picked but
kicked out.
kicked out?
Oh.
Are you still friends with some of these girls?
No, it's been so long. I mean, I've been in the industry for 10 years. So the original like 8 people, I still remember them, but I don't have personal contact with them anymore. But I mean, talking about what happens to these girls when they get kicked out, girls and boys who don't make it to the girl groups or boy band, they either go back to school or they continue their normal life, find a normal job, or they move to another company. So they re-audition and they relive the trainee life again, hoping that one day the company would put them in another group.
Oh, okay. So it's
Yeah.
not fully done.
No,
It's,
I mean, it's really
maybe.
up to the person. If you still have the urge to like,
Right.
okay, I can still do this. You will hear a lot of stories of like a lot of K-pop celebrities where when they tell their story, they're like, oh, I used to be in this company and then this person found
Yeah.
me, so I moved here and now I am whoever I am in this group.
And sometimes they move to be an actor or an actress instead of a
Yes,
singer.
yeah. So it really depends on how hungry you are, because it does take a lot of time. Like imagine you're in a company and you train for 3 years, and then they're like, okay, bye,
Bye-bye.
Victor, we don't need you
Yeah.
anymore.
Bye-bye.
And then you're like, okay, what the hell do I do next?
exactly.
Do I still want to go to another company and risk training for another 10 years? Or
Well, let's walk through that mind process. So let's say that was you. Let's just pretend,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know the Soren that is here today, but let's go back in time and that was you now. What would have gone through your mind? Like, what would you be, walk us through what you would have been thinking about at that time.
If I didn't make it as a girl group, I think that I would have. I like going to school.
Okay.
I wasn't a nerd, but like I just like being in school.
What subjects?
I love like art classes,
Okay.
language class, like humanity class, like all those stuff. So I think that if they have kicked me out halfway through, I would have gone back to school in Thailand,
Thailand.
and then I would have gone to college in America. And then I'll probably end up in America doing something. I
In
don't know.
art?
In
Art
probably-
related, creative.
I think I would still be in this world. I don't think I would have done anything up front. I would have
Yes.
done something behind the scene.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah, because that was also like another of my like passion that I found.
Like production or something.
yeah, production or like management.
Management.
Or like just I don't think I would have still be doing artist upfront stuff.
So that's quite amazing. A lot of people don't get to really dig deep into what happens behind the scenes.
Yeah, they're just
right?
like,
Yeah.
This is the
This is the way-
ascension,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
you just
yeah,
see
yeah.
Soren in the fancy music videos. We'll put some here right on the screen so you can see her, in the fancy dress doing the fancy thirst trap stuff, right? But behind the scenes, all the work leading right up to that. They don't see the blood, the sweat, and the tears, right? And that's amazing. How did you mentally get through all of that? Like, what did you have to tell yourself every time you doubted something?
Tough question. I mean, I still have that.
Oh, you still have
I mean,
that?
I think everybody, like as human.
Okay, well, what's your
beings,
guiding light? What's your North Star? What keeps you going still?
What
Gives you
keeps
hope?
me going? I mean, first of all, I have fans who's been there with me since even when I started with TV and K-pop Star Hunt, when I was literally auditioning to become who I am today.
Wow.
So I think most of my support and what keeps me going is the support from those original OG
Those people.
fans.
Wow.
And throughout my whole K-pop experience, whenever I feel I'm about to give up, like I would read DMs and like message from fans saying that, "Hi, Pison, like you're such a inspiration. Like I want to grow up and be like you one day." And is such like a heartwarming experience.
gives you
of
that
like, wow, like
adrenaline.
what I'm doing, like people are actually seeing, and not only they're listening to my music, my story, and me as a person actually inspires them in a small or big way. Like it inspires people to push them to do what they want to do. They don't tell me, "Oh, I want to be a celebrity like you one day." They're like, it pushes me to study harder. It pushes me to become a doctor. Like just your story of how you started, how you are now, the story how you fought over everything to be here just inspires me to live life. I think that is the most inspiring thing for me as a person. And
Yes.
that is just like, I'm like, okay, I gotta work harder because like, what I put out every day, it can inspire people. And I like doing that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, as one of just a handful of folks from Thailand that ended up in Korea in the
Yeah.
trainee system,
Yeah.
you're talking about what you did to self-motivate yourself. Was there any group motivation? Again, you had mentioned that you were there with Lisa, you were up there with Bam Bam, you had P. Nichakun, all these people. I'm sure they were probably going through quite a bit too, right?
Yeah, I mean-
They were doubting themselves or
Yeah.
maybe angry at things, frustrated.
Right.
How did you guys support each other?
like stay together as a group.
I mean, there's only a handful of us in Korea, and it's only a handful of us who've gone through the same thing. Doesn't really matter how big your company is, how big your group is, the things you go through in the industry is exactly the same. It's just whether it's a small scale or big scale, but we all get stressed over the same thing. We work with, the people are all the same. The industry people are all the same. There's a structure where everybody goes through. So I think because we've known each other since we were trainees, there's a bond there where it's not trauma bonding, but something like that where like, yeah, we've been through the same thing, so yeah, so it kind of made me felt less lonely knowing that even though you're so successful, we're going through the exact same thing. And I think at the back of all our minds, we just think that, we're representing Thailand. So we want to represent our country the best we can. And not a lot of people get given this opportunity to go to Korea and like be a part of a group. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of Thai kids who goes there and they get cut. There's only a handful of us that you see on screen, but actually there's hundreds of us who went there and had to come back home. So now that you're giving that opportunity where no one really gets given that, we want to do our best to represent ourselves and our country. So I think that's also a big motivation for us too.
I mean, that's actually a good point, right? That moves on to our next topic. I mean, so many people look up to you, right? And, as you mentioned, you see your DMs, you see everyone, commenting, I want to be not like you, but, you inspire me to be better, right? So, I mean, if you had to say like, young artists from Southeast Asia who dream of joining the K-pop industry, I mean, if you could give some advice to them, what would you say?
I would say just don't self-doubt yourself, I think. I mean, there's always a timing for everything. When there's a right opportunity at the right timing given to you, then anything can be possible. I don't know if that makes sense. Because I know a lot of people like to give up halfway through.
So like, for example, all that criticism that they may get, just ignore it.
Yeah,
if
just
you
ignore
have a vision, just keep going.
Exactly. Just be yourself and just go for it, I would say. Because for me too, before I went to Korea, I was like, am I even good enough to be a part of this? Like, imagine that day if I self-doubt myself and I was like, okay, what are people going to say about me being there? And I overthink about every single situation that could happen. I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing this interview. So I think it just takes that one, like, okay, let's go. Let's just like do it first, whatever happens. It's always the hardest to start something. But once you get over it, I think that's easy.
But I mean, like during that period, right? Even at the start, you had a bit of self-doubt, right?
Yeah.
But sort of as you were growing, and then we're in the girl group, and then we're getting bigger and bigger. I'm sure there was some self-doubt there as well, right? In terms of
for sure.
You had some great people that were always supporting you, and then you had some people that weren't your biggest fan as well, right?
I mean, when you're in an industry where you need people to like you, love you as a person, music-wise, like everything, there's bound to be hate. So the more you're popular, the more hater you have too. So you always have to have that mindset that you can't have the whole world liking you. Even when you see comments, you can't please everybody.
Do you check the comments? Do you look at the comments?
Like when I first debuted, I was like stuck to my phone.
Okay, but now you see a bad comment. You see a nasty comment. What do? How do you feel?
I'm just like, well,
doesn't that boil your blood?
No, I'm just like, it's fine. Like, you don't have to like me.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put out music, put out content to cater people who love me. I don't need to do anything to impress you who doesn't like me, because whatever I do, whatever I say, however I dress, whatever I look like, you're not gonna like me anyways.
Right,
but I mean, with comments like criticism of like critiques where I could take that and improve myself, I'll be like, oh, thanks for that.
Okay.
But then comments that are like, why did you have to say that? That's like so unnecessary. I would be like, okay, bye.
Just ignore
whatever.
it.
Yeah.
Did Cube Entertainment, did they train you to kind of
Deal with these things? No.
So who taught you?
I think with experience too, to survive in the industry, you gotta find like your ways of doing
Imagine
things.
ถ้าอยู่อ่านคอมเมนต์หมดเลยอยู่จะแบบ you จะบ้า you know what I mean?
So then I'm just like I first debuted at the age of 18. And I was the first member of CLC to be publicly announced. And I was like one of the first Southeast Asian members to be around after, I think it was Pikun and then Bam Bam and then me. And I was the first, like one of the first girls to go, like be public. So then I got a lot of love, obviously, but then I got a lot of hate. But I was really young. So I was just,
But what's there to hate? I don't understand. What's there to hate?
I was really stressed about it because, I mean, there's a certain look of me that people didn't like. I didn't look super Korean, like the traditional Korean looking girls.
Got it.
So they're like, oh, wow, how does she debut? She doesn't even look like a Korean idol.
Oh, okay. So they were getting
why did they put her there? Even before I started singing, they judged me like my looks. So then I had to deal with, and at the age of 18, like that, like really broke me. I'm like, wow, you don't like the way I look. I like the way I look. My parents like the way I look. But that was what mattered to me the most, the public eye. But I was really lucky to have like a lot of Thai fans who like protected me. But throughout the time of being in the industry, I think I kind of self-trained myself of like you gotta stop reading these things. This is not good for you. And there wasn't really anyone who was like teaching me. I think I got that through just teaching myself
And
experiencing,
right?
yeah. Because I'm just like, if you're stressed and your face really shows it.
Yeah.
And we're constantly on stage every day, seeing fans every day. I don't want to take that and go up on stage and perform.
Yeah.
Because I want to give my fans the best energy I can give them. And they're here to see me perform. Whatever you have, like you have to like leave it down there before you come up on stage and just give your best. So I think that's how I kind of train myself to like, okay, so whatever, just don't read it, just like leave it there. It's fine. Just you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta entertain these people who love you.
The show must go on.
Yeah, so-
Right. It's a good segue actually into this question I had.
Mhm.
If you could go back in time to the time of your trainee days or your debut days, what would you change this time around? What would you like to see different?
I think the first thing I would tell myself is I want to show more of myself in the group. Back then I was really young and like I wanted to blend in so bad with everybody else that I put myself in the background mostly. I
Oh, a little
never
passive.
wanted to like put
So
myself
more just to like fit in.
yeah, to like kind of like just blend in with everyone else. I didn't want to stand out too much. I didn't want to overlap everybody, so I kind of kept quiet.
Are you an introvert?
Yes, I've always been an introverted person.
Wow.
I'm like 90% introvert. So I'm a very introverted person, but I have a lot that I could have shown. If that makes sense, like I had a lot to show.
Okay, what
But-
would you show though? What would you show?
I mean,
That's
I
very
would
on
have
the
like
spot.
sang more. I would have like been more outspoken, kind of
Sang
show more
more.
of my talent, kind of show more of my color.
Color.
Of who I am.
Okay.
Not trying to like just
Just be like a puppet.
everyone else.
Got it.
Kind of ish. And the funny thing is that a lot of people who see me now as Soren the soloist, they're like, oh, how are you the same person as that person from that
Got it.
group?
Oh,
Because
wow.
I think my energy is different, where like I'm happier, not afraid to be myself, and that shows in a lot of ways. And I had so many opportunities to show like so many things, like what I can do as an artist. If I have like done all of that, I would be sitting in a very different position right now. And it wasn't anybody's fault. It was just like my mindset of like being so in like
Yes.
little bubble of my own. Even though I had all my members around me and they were trying their best to kind of like pull me out of that bubble, I was kind of really like, well, I don't want to stand out too much. You know, I'm kind of afraid of what people are going to say, what people are going to think. That, and I think that I would have wanted more input in the type of music that CLC was releasing. This is a very well-known fact in our fandom group, where like CLC was going through a lot of concept changes in between. I feel like halfway through we found the true color of our group, and then something happened, and then we came back to like doing cutesy stuff, and then we went back to like girl crush fierce concept, which is what CLC is known for. And then out of nowhere we went back to wearing pink skirts and bows on our head, and then so that was a really big thing for us in the
Right.
history of CLC, where there was too many back and forth. And while we're going back and forth, there were a lot of new groups that was trying to do the girl crush concept.
Yes.
And so then that gave them the segue to dominate that genre
Got
while we were going back to doing cute
Because you
stuff.
were like switching and switching.
Yeah,
if you
but
just focus on that.
Exactly. So then that is something I would
Which one did you prefer?
I was pushing for a girl crush since the beginning. The girl crush that I think CLC did really well was we started off with Hobgoblin, and then Black Dress, and then me, and then Helicopter. But in between these tracks, there were fierce cute, fierce cute, fierce cute, fierce cute.
I see.
So if you have taken all the cute stuff and you did all 4 fierce, then I felt like the timeline of our career would have kind of gone up a little bit
Yeah.
more. But in the past, I don't regret doing any of those. But if I
Yes.
could go back in time and kind of adjust our timeline with the song release and the concept, that would be what I would have done.
I guess now you have the time to show
yeah,
the
I
real
mean,
song,
now I
right?
can
Yeah.
just do whatever
Yeah,
I
You're
wanna
totally
do.
free. Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, it is kind of like a waste because I know how talented my members are, and we did quite well in that genre too. Then it was like a lot of timing. I blame it on timing.
What was the hardest moment? We're talking about happy moments, we're talking about challenging moments, but what was the absolute hardest moment that you can remember of your K-pop career?
Absolute hardest.
Yes.
Now that I think about it, might sound dumb to some people, but as a foreigner in a group, Korea loves foreigners that can speak English.
Okay.
There's a lot of shows catered to foreigners who can speak English because they think it's really fascinating that foreigners can speak really well in Korean and can tell jokes. That's a really big market in Korea. So as a foreign member of a girl group, the company would send me to all these reality shows. There's a lot. There's like talk shows. There's like, you know, you go overseas and be with other people. And like, that was really tough for me because it was like one of my first time having to branch out of CLC and kind of step into that world by myself. And of course, there's things called airtime. So you want to make a viral moment. You want to say something in Korean funny enough or viral enough to go viral, basically. And we didn't have like short form content podcasts like this. We were on national TV. It's like a whole, like I have to go to like KBS and like all that stuff and go in and kind of like, today I got to be in the show by myself and I got to speak Korean. I got to be funny. I got to show my talent and
Were you
make sure
nervous for going on these shows?
So nervous. I got to make sure I get this airtime and make sure they air this, like kind of find my viral moment. Because those viral moments helps the team. Then they'll search for it and be like, oh, this girl was someone from CLC. And then that's what K-pop industry is basically. And mind you, everybody going to the show has the exact same mindset. So I thought, today I gotta find as much airtime as I can to help my team. That is an unexplainable stress and pressure that everybody has on you. Those shows was really just like next level stress for me. The hardest moment of my career, I would say.
A lot of your fans want to know, will there be a reunion with all your former CLC members? Drum roll. Let's get the drum roll out.
You put it on the spot today, Victor.
On the spot. Will there be a reunion? That was the number one question.
Okay, there's something happening.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
For
it?
now, for now.
That's all she could give us?
I'm putting something together.
Oh, you're okay.
Okay.
I'm trying.
She's cooking something.
I'm cooking. I'm trying so hard because everybody is under different management.
Okay.
Some of my members just debuted in a new girl group.
Oh,
so
wow.
I am cooking something.
Okay, you're cooking something.
Yeah, I mean, I've been dropping hints here and there, but
Okay.
I'm trying so hard. I don't want to give like promises, but there's like definitely there's hope.
Which basically equates to yes.
I've been saying that I'm really excited for 2025. There's a reason for it.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
Oop.
You guys heard it here first.
I don't know.
We heard it first here.
Yeah.
We'll bring her back. We'll see what's cooking.
Let's dive into some other questions.
Yeah,
Richard, why
let's
don't
move
you
on
got
to
some
talk
questions.
more about your solo side, right? I
Okay.
mean, you know, your new song just landed. Maybe we can talk about, you know, you've worked with some of great artists, right? You know, you've grew up and trained alongside Bam Bam, Lisa, you know, many great people, right? I mean, you know, if you had to talk about, for example, one of your next few songs, right? If you could collab with any of these artists, right? One, who would be your dream?
I think this is an impossible dream.
No, I'll make it happen. I'll make it happen.
no. Please don't. I'm gonna die. I might
Okay,
actually
okay.
die.
No, we will make it
No,
happen. We
actually
will
die.
make it happen.
My role model is Dua Lipa. Like she is
Think
up
so.
there, like for me, and I draw a lot of my inspiration from her as a person. Like everything about her is just I just want to be like her.
You just want to be like her.
I just like you are the ultimate. You're God
Alright.
to me.
Someone notate this real quick. We will make it happen. Dua
but I
Lipa.
don't actually have to do that. Just,
Dua
I'm
Lipa,
saying.
you are watching this. Yeah, zoom in on that vinyl right
yes,
there.
my Onni is there.
Yes, her Onni.
My P Dua Lipa.
Her idol. Dua Lipa, if you're watching this, right here, Soren. We're gonna do a duet.
Hi.
Yes, we're gonna do a duet.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought it was going to be someone in K-pop or something like that.
I love like Western music,
Yeah.
so I draw a lot of my inspiration from them. So yeah, my Dua Lipa is like my ultimate like.
What is it about Dua Lipa that you really love, that you're very attracted to?
First of all, she's really hot.
Alright. Alright.
I mean,
Yeah, I love
everyone
that
thinks the
part.
same thing.
This is the nice part of the
The
podcast.
whole, you know, she's really hot. Her stage presence is just like she fills up the whole stage with I don't even know what's going on. I'm just like I like her performance. When I went to her concert, I was like looking at her LED, like her lighting, her performance, her dancers, the way she dresses. Because I'm an artist too, so I take notes
Yeah,
of all
you're
the
like-
things. And just everything is just so fascinating. And it's just like the color she chooses, the sparkly dress she wears. It's just like, wow, I want to be like you. Yeah, and the fact that she like has her own festivals, Sunny Hill every year, that's also like very really inspiring. She has her own like podcast going on. She travels the world. She knows how to be an artist and also live life. And I'm like, wow, like how the hell did you do that? Or you're so famous. And now I'm just a fangirling. But anyways, yeah, she's my like, you know, yeah.
Any others?
Yeah, that was a female. How
Yeah.
about a male?
Big fan of Lainey.
That might be a bit more doable than Dua Lipa.
But I mean, I also know them personally, but like their genre is still really far from my genre because they do more like indie pop stuff. But like I just a big fan of the band. Yeah, that would be like the male side.
All right, let's dig into your newest EP, Heartstorm.
Yes.
First question, why is it called Heartstorm? Where's the
So-
inspiration from?
It talks about a girl who got her heart broken by a guy. It's literally a storm in her heart.
Okay, is this based on a real
No.
true life story? True
No.
story? No? Okay.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I just take inspiration from my past relationship and it kind of inspired me. I like building characters. I don't actually write from my own experience as much. I like having like a imaginary character and I build a world around her. So it's all about this girl who got her heart broken. And so I talk about, heartbreaks in 4 different genres in all of my 4 songs. So yeah, and it's a continuous, I don't want to say series, but concept from, so after I debut with my song Run, I released a song called Sharp Objects. And it's kind of the same genre and vibe as my EP Heartstorm. And I went back and worked with the producers I worked with when I did Sharp Objects. It's a group called Liar. They're in LA. And they did Sharp Objects and my fans really liked it. So I'm like, well, I kind of want to go back and do something around that genre. So I contacted them again, back to LA, and I was like, I want my EP to be something like what we did for Sharp Objects.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
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 That's good repeat business for the original producers too, right? As you know,
Yeah.
producers can get canned, right? They're like, you didn't do too well. Okay, let me try these other producers. You kept that relationship going. You're like, hey, let's do another one.
Yeah, I like
That's
working
awesome.
with people that makes me feel comfortable, especially when it comes to music, because you got to be really personal with things. You got to sit in a room and like tell your story to them. And I felt really comfortable with them, so I decided to work with them again.
Now, what made you continue pursuing your career, I guess in this case, as a solo artist? I feel like, after you've been in a group for a while,
Yes.
it's a little bewildering. It's a little scary to go, wait a second, am I gonna do this really by myself?
Is it hard, like switching from that group to solo mentality?
I'm still in the
Okay,
middle
so
of switching.
you're in the middle.
Okay.
I'm still INGing this
Well-
whole thing.
What's going through your mind? Like, what are the things you have to think about when you go solo?
The biggest change that affected me the most is being on stage without 6 other girls there. Now I gotta learn how to fill up this whole stage with just me.
Well, how do you?
Just by, I practice a lot more and I find my way to like, okay, how do I entertain this crowd? Now that I don't have members to kind of like ticky-tacky small talk, I don't have any anymore. I did a lot of like self-training of like what I would say on stage, how do I interact with the crowds, how do I bring the energy, and also how do I sing 15 songs by myself? Because I was born and raised in K-pop where I was always trained with a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
And then in a song, I only get to sing like maximum like 4 or 5 lines. But now that I sing full length songs and I have to fill in 60-minute set of my own concert, I'm like, oh, like you gotta learn how to breathe again. As dumb as that. Like you gotta train yourself how to breathe, how to keep your stamina up, how to just keep up the energy.
But how do you? I mean, that's tiring, right? 60
You
minutes.
just gotta do it. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, how do you, okay,
you gotta
let's-
do what you gotta do.
You're walking through, okay, you have to time your meal before it. Like, let's dig into like
mean-
the nuances
Yeah.
of preparing for a 60
Because
minute.
you have to like do a lot of fitness.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fitness,
yeah,
training,
yes.
stretching.
So-
Walk us through that.
So I do more of like HIIT training to
Okay,
kind of
okay.
raise up my, like
That's
make
tiring.
sure that my
Yeah.
heartbeat, because when you're dancing, if your heart beats too fast,
Yeah.
when you start singing, when you can't breathe properly, you can't sing. Nothing comes out. When your breath is all the way up here, because you can't control the way your heart is beating. And all of my songs are dance songs.
Yeah.
So I dance in every
So
single
you gotta,
song. Yeah, I gotta like just keep
you
it
gotta
up.
bust a move.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of HIIT trainings, and then like I time myself and try to see how long I can. If I get booked for like a 90-minute set festival, then I'm like, okay, time myself. I sing, I dance, I speak in between, and then I do that every single day until I go to the festival.
Wow.
That's how you get used to it, because
Yeah.
you gotta keep in mind that you can't neglect all these trainings, because when
Right.
you're up on stage, you gotta be aware that you're gonna get really nervous.
And you're still nervous when you're on stage.
Oh, for sure. Like I'm still very nervous, so you gotta like over practice yourself.
So what do you do to like calm those nerves down on set usually? Do you like before you go up on for your concert, right?
Mhm.
Is there like 1 or 2 things you just
I do.
Yeah.
Mostly I pray first.
Okay.
ก็เลยขอให้โชว์นี้โชคดีนะคะขอให้แบบเจ้าที่เจ้าทางทุกคนเปิดทางให้สอนได้แบบว่าไม่มีข้อผิดพลาดอะไรทั้งสิ้น like ขอให้มันสมูททุกอย่างก็ไหว้ก่อน you know we pray as a Thai person wherever country I go I ไหว้ first
Okay.
to be respectful kind of keep myself like you know you
Yeah.
got this sometimes if I'm really nervous I take a shot of whatever's in my green room when I was in K-pop we don't drink before we go on stage so I just have like ice americano maybe some jelly whatever cutesy vibes and then now I'm a soloist I'm like I'm so nervous and I'm just like I cannot do this I can't do this sober
Okay.
but if I drink something it would kind of help me a little bit more
Okay.
so in my writer later after I left CLC in my writer I add on that I need some sort of alcohol
Okay. So what's the best alcohol
so
for
I
this?
either take a shot of like tequila or vodka
Wow.
just to kind of
Which one tastes
get it
better to you?
out.
Like it?
I like tequila
Tequila?
Even if it's like a morning concert, you still do it.
morning not really but my set normally I do like after 5 p.m. type of set so it's like appropriate to kind of
Yeah.
drink and I don't drink to get drunk I just drink to kind of calm myself
that makes
down because I'm already a very introverted person it takes me a lot to bring whatever is out of me so I'm like I tell my whole team to gather around I'm like I'm gonna take one shot and we're gonna do this and I just
Everything's the same. All the memory synapses
Oh,
still
it's all the same.
All good.
It's all the
One
same.
shot.
It's all
No,
the
because
same.
some people one shot they're
oh,
gone.
no.
They're on the floor, you know.
No.
Especially in Thailand.
Calms me down yeah
But no,
so-
you're like I'm all good. I'm warm.
yeah
I'm ready to go.
Yeah, just
Right.
kind of okay, warm and fuzzy, ready to do this.
It gives you that little like, you
Yeah,
know,
like a little
energy
kick.
boost.
Yeah.
Do you think all the other folks do that too? All the other like
K-pop peeps?
yeah, it's the solo artists
Solo artists in K-pop, not
that
really.
were previously K-pop.
Previously K-pop, I think so. I mean,
like a
I think
common
it's really common for
Mm.
artists to just kind of
Yeah.
you gotta do whatever to calm
Yeah.
down to give the best show. I mean, Western artists, of course. I've been a lot to Western artists green room where like there's
Mm.
alcohol everywhere.
Yeah.
But not a lot of artists drink before stage. It's like not a lot of DJs that shows at clubs. They don't actually drink.
Right.
Like you would think they're like drunk in the mood, but they're actually like you guys are drunk. I'm working, so I'm But mostly alcohols are for the team. Yeah, but for me, I just like need just one, not.
It's too bad we
It's like,
don't have. Or
and then that's
actually,
it.
maybe we do have some whiskey here. You could actually see this. A question that I have: how do you take time for yourself? So we all know, oh, Soren, you've got a very popular YouTube channel as well. So you're always on in front of the camera or in the
Yeah.
recording studio. You're go. But what a lot of your fans and a lot of people out there, they probably are quite curious about what you do to kick back, to recharge. Can you share perhaps some of the things that you do to
Bit of
recharge? Yeah, just
Yeah.
to kind of be human again.
I don't really take breaks. I don't think so.
Quick Bali trip or something.
I do quick like trips, but
Okay.
I normally travel with purpose.
With purpose?
I
What
was
does that
always
mean?
told that if I travel to another country, I always have to get something out of that. Like
Okay.
if I'm visiting the Philippines, I gotta go there, maybe meet some producers, maybe film some content with creators, connect with people. Like I don't. So there's not really. I mean, I am on a break, but my mindset is like I'm already here. I might just turn this into like a work thing too. But I'm lucky that I enjoy my work. I enjoy my job, so it doesn't really feel like a chore for me. It's just like, okay, sure. Now I'm in Thailand. Let's just film this or film that. Meet that person. Meet this person. Yeah, that's how my mind works most
It's
of the
not like
time.
you keep track of time, like, yeah, I gotta get this done. Right?
Yeah. It's not like,
you
oh, I'm
enjoy
gonna
it.
take a break. I'm like, it's not
Yeah.
like that. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a break. But this trip, like, as my magic, who can I meet? Like,
Yeah.
what can I film? Because I'm also heavy on content.
Yeah.
I do content every single day. So that's how I'm able to constantly be on screen and have my fans have content for them to watch
Yes.
every day. That's how my mind works. So yeah, I don't really take breaks. Yeah.
You know what I like to do is I like to have our guests on the show ask their questions. So there may be a question that you have. You get to ask any question you want. Usually it's, oh, okay, let's just throw questions at the guest. We're going to flip the script now.
Oh wow.
You can ask any question for all of us to answer. Okay, so we're going to answer and then you will answer as well.
Okay.
Anything you want. So I'll let you think about it. We'll see how creative Soren
I'm
is nowadays. She
I'm
said,
like-
wait.
I'm
She
like, not
said,
creative.
Soren is cracked out of the shell,
Yeah.
right? She's no longer in this machine
She's
of
like,
an
this
environment.
Is my time.
This is going to be a test. How creative can you be with your question for all of us.
โคตรกด
Go
ดัน
for
เลย
it. Go for it.
Okay, my question, because I've had this, someone did this to me before.
Okay.
If you're in a situationship,
Oh yeah,
Right?
I feel like I'm the expert at this particular topic.
how long would you drag a situationship?
Oh, I know the answer right away.
I know guys can drag it for a really long
Oh
time.
yeah.
But I'm just curious how long each guys can drag their.
All right, Richie, you go first.
Well, this is
I think the audience really knows what I think about this.
yeah.
This is a topic I talk about all the time. But
I think it has to, I think it depends, right? Obviously, on like, do you really see a future with that person eventually? Or
For me, it's like you kind of see it, but it's just like, but you're not sure. It's like kind of serious, but not really.
kind of serious or not really? Interesting. I think you have to bean, like if it's been a while.
how long has it been? How long has it been?
Mine?
No, I'm just saying in general. Okay,
Oh,
there's
okay.
there's stages. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe if it's within 6 months one,
Yeah.
and then like
I don't know if it's 12 months and you're still in a situationship. I think that's a bit, you know what I mean? Like a
จริง
bit.
เหรอ
I think that's a ก็ยากนะเพราะว่าแบบ your time's so valuable, right?
I
Especially
feel like her reaction is
Yeah.
Quite interesting here.
It's like after-
really? That seems so normal to me.
no, think about it, right? I mean, I think anything more than 6 months, you're like dating or talking or whatever, and it's like still not going anywhere.
Right. You would end it there 6 months.
I would give them a dilemma, like I'd give them a decision to make, right? But
Okay.
I don't think I could do it for like a year and a half or 2 years
Oh.
plus.
Oh.
เรียนรู้เยอะวันเนี้ย
okay. เข้าใจแล้ว Okay.
Yeah.
That's very respectful
Yeah.
to both her and
Because
you.
I mean, you want to respect their time. As
Right,
well,
right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
obviously, you want to keep your options open as well, but you want to make sure that okay, if you don't want to waste their time because you know how they feel, right? And if it's a year, it's like a year is a long time, right? But 6 months, I think that's a good point.
6 months is the cutoff.
Look, no, I don't think it's a complete cutoff,
Respectfully.
right? Like I
Okay.
think it's
Because he's a
around-
respectful guy.
around that, yeah, exactly,
Right.
around that time period, right? I think you should have like a indication
Okay.
of whether you want to take it through, right? I
Right.
mean, was that turn into situationship, long distance eventually, or you want to be together, at least have some sort of conclusion,
Sure.
right? So yeah.
But as a girl, should the girl cue up the hey, what are we? Or are we
Sometimes
just,
it's the guy,
the guy has
right?
to. Okay, the
no,
guy
no,
has
I
to.
think it depends on the case by case, right? It's
Does
like,
is it okay for the girl to kind of ask the question, hey, what are we? Or as a girl, are you saying no, the guy has to lead the way?
As he said, I mean, it depends on the situation, but it would be respectful if the guy kind of
yeah,
tells
Did
you.
it.
Because I feel like most of the time it's always the girl kind of like, what is going on?
What's going on?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we can just play the clips here where I'm talking about situationships, and it's very clear how I feel about this. I say that the normal situation now is situationship, and in fact are healthier. I believe the norm, the de facto norm nowadays is situationship, not relationships, but situationships. That is the norm. That is actually what I believe is the healthiest dynamic as well between people. Because you are, much like a startup entrepreneur, we are startup entrepreneurs, right?
You're
What do you
comparing
do?
the situation
Yes, exactly.
to an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hey, I say it as it is,
Now
right?
I know
so,
how you feel.
So here we go. You have to A/B test. Okay.
Don't
Because
experiment.
what is
There
the
you go.
worst thing that one could do? Dive into a relationship,
Yeah.
waste
commit.
my time,
Yeah.
waste their time, right? That's the worst outcome. Right? Here's another clip where I talk about not wasting time, right? Right here. And you jump into a relationship. A relationship in this case would be we jump into a result we feel, right? We feel this is the way to go.
Yeah.
We could be wasting time. Right? That is the absolute worst thing that one could do. So, therefore, how do you make sure you don't waste time? Situationship, right? Situationship. So you don't waste
ชอบคำตอบ
time.
มากเลย
Right.
เออ
So you actually, much like you would if you're creating Produsorn or any other business, right? You have to test a lot of different.
Compare business
No,
come
yeah, I know. I'm
situationship.
very,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
very.
It's like, yeah, it's like,
I'm selling the idea here of
like you select the
situationships, right?
startups.
โอเค
So
อ่า
So
โอเค
you
เข้าใจละ
are A/B testing, multi-experimenting at the same time. I'm just thinking logically, or I'm a logical person here, which is logically, you have to be like ruthless about it. You situationship, and then I'm not saying you multi-situationship because there are feelings and emotions involved, but you say, hey, we're going to test this out, and we're going to quickly figure out where this goes because you need momentum. What you don't want is things to drag out.
That's why I said 6 months.
Right.
You know,
Well, okay, 6 months.
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit on the
Too long?
longer side. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, right?
True.
It's about,
no, I'm saying like by 6 months, you should be able to like figure out, is it something?
I don't look at it as months, right?
Yeah.
I qualitatively look at it. Are the boxes checked? Is she very compatible with the friend circle, right? Those are the things. Okay, but I think
Okay.
what everyone wants to know is your answer to this question. Yeah,
Relationship?
like how do you feel being on the
On the
receiving
girl
end,
side?
on the girl side? What would you ideally want?
I mean, I think I agree with him.
Okay.
I think 6
See?
months is like respectful. It's enough for you to understand the person,
Yeah.
their circle,
Yeah.
if you see a future with them.
Mm.
I think that's respectful for both ends.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
how do you bring it up? He hasn't said anything yet. It's 6 months, 7 months. He's just like, oh, hey, Soren, let's go, let's go to the park, let's go travel, whatever.
Let's go to the park.
You're getting frustrated.
Let's go to the park.
Yeah, let's go,
I think at that point, it's okay for me to bring up
Okay.
what we are.
So let's pretend here. We bring it up. Like, how do you bring it up? Like, walk through the process.
I would literally just be like, hey, I think it's been 6 months. What the hell? What the hell is it? What the hell are we doing?
What the hell are we
yeah,
doing?
yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I don't think these
Oh, I'm
questions should be like, you shouldn't beat around the bush.
Oh no, but let's do the typical guy response. Oh yeah, 6 months. Yeah, no, I love every moment. I love
Man,
every
I'm
moment.
kidding,
I love every moment.
Nice.
Every moment, nothing has changed, right? Why, hey, romance shouldn't be based on time limit or whatever. Why do we need this label?
I mean, then you either tell me you want to commit or you don't want to commit. Because I cannot waste any more of my time after. แบบจะเป็นแฟนกันหรือเปล่าหรือจะไม่เป็น แค่
Oh,
นั้นแหละ
but
Victor, make up
but can we? But wait. But can we? I don't want to be the formal
so
fan.
many conditions
แต่ไม่อยากเป็นแบบ
Condition เยอะ
formal fan ไม่อยากเป็น
ใช่
formal แต่ I'm okay to commit แบบ discreet commit. You
งั้
know,
น
you
ไม่
don't. You can't
เอา
let the public. You
ไม่
can't let the
เอา
public
ไม่เอา
know.
ก็ไม่เอา
You don't want to. You
ไม่
gotta
เอา
tell everyone. But
ไม่
but okay. I don't want to ruin your career. We can't let everyone know.
The fact that I'm bringing it up is already me telling the guy that like
Yeah.
I'm ready to make
Probably
this
an
public,
indicator
you know?
to go public.
Wow.
Because if I'm scared to go public with somebody,
Think of like
it
a
means,
public, like an IPO, Victor.
ใช่
Yeah.
เหมือนเราก็พร้อมจะเปิดตัวแล้วเราก็เลยถามว่า
อ๋อ
เลยหรือเปล่า เพราะว่าถ้าไอไม่พร้อมแล้วอยากจะเก็บตรงนี้เป็นความลับ I wouldn't bring it up.
Yeah.
I have more to lose than the guy.
แล้วมันเกิดขึ้นหรือเปล่า
ไม่ได้เกิดขึ้น
อ่า
ถามเฉยถามเฉย just curious เพราะว่าผู้ชาย each guy has their own like timeline.
ใช่
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on like where the guy sits in his own career,
Yes.
the age, and like, because I know guys, they're like, you guys can get married later, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like for girls, it's like when you reach a certain point, it's kind of like, oh,
Well, what's
I'm
that certain point?
turning like, I'm almost 30, like,
Oh, so you're like, man.
hello, you know?
I gotta.
What?
Yeah,
My
what
friends
was
are getting
it?
married.
Oh, yeah.
So like, you know, I don't.
We got the juicy content today. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's like something that a lot of girls go through when
Yeah.
they're like in their mid 20s, going to 30, and
So 30 is the
situation-
mark. 30 is
For
like.
me, yeah. But I mean, depending on what career you have, if you're in the industry, it's kind of a little bit harder for you to settle down and get married and have kids.
Yeah.
So that's an exception for certain people. But for me, I'm like, okay, 30 is kind of like something's
gotta
gonna happen.
make a break,
You
right?
know? Can't be like this forever.
Yeah, you're ready for triplets by 30.
And
Just ready for
then when they're
triplets.
14, they won't
I'm
go to
open.
Korea, right? Like,
Yeah,
แล้วส่ง
exactly.
รูปไปเลยไปเป็น
Yeah.
เทรนนี่อย่างเงี้ย
Yeah, you're gonna make them all like K-pop trainees, right?
Make
Can
a
you
whole group
imagine?
of
Yeah, a
myself.
whole litter of
Oh my gosh,
K-pop,
yeah.
K-poppies.
Oh yeah, this is a good episode.
Wow, guys, what an episode today! What a
It was
show!
indeed.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to wrap up the show. I'd love to do this all day and night long.
Whoa.
It's been a
Did you ask me
pleasure.
if I would-
We had some spicy.
And cut.
We had some spicy questions, some spicy answers. We've gone through literally your history at CLC, you transitioning to now a solo artist, and just how you think about the world as a solo artist. So again, we have to thank you for coming back here to Thailand, appearing on the show. I want to first thank the studio here, the iconic vinyl studio right here in Bangkok, Thailand. If you guys are aspiring DJs or you guys just love music production in general, please take a pit stop here in the heart of Tung Law and stop by here at the iconic Vinyl Studio where we are filming today. In addition, we actually have a little gift for you
Wow.
from our
Thank
sponsor,
you.
our sponsor, Siam Winery. This is the
Wow.
beautiful Siam
Ooh.
Winery Monsoon Valley Wine 2023 Signature Red, specially packaged just for you. I want to go ahead and give you this from Siam Winery, our sponsor today. I want to thank, of course, my guest co-host, Richard Armstrong, and you guys know him, of course. And last but not least, again, let's give a round of applause for the one and only Sorn. Okay, one and only Sorn. We hope to have
Hope
you
to
back
see you on
again.
again.
Yes.
And then see what's cooking in 6 months.
Yes, absolutely. We'll be
Dale.
following you, and we'd love to have you back again to join in and fill us in on what's been going on in your
Of
life.
course.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a wrap, guys. So go ahead and kick back and relax, and we'll see you in the next one.
What you say? It's a beautiful day. Come on, let's go. Right now. I was standing on the block chilling, right? I was standing on the block. Yeah. I was standing on the block chilling, right? I was standing on the block. I was standing on the block